The film begins with Elliot and his daughter Ridley. They are going to Elliot's boss Odell's house. Odell has last-stage cancer, so he wants to make Elliot the company's new vice president. Elliot was very excited. During these talks, Elliot gets a call from Odell, who gets angry because these people were an hour late. Elliot apologizes to him, and suddenly he starts sneezing. He had a dust allergy, so he loses his focus while driving. And suddenly something collides with his car. When he came out, he saw that Elliot had hit a baby unicorn, and now it was in deep pain. Ridley touched its shining horns, and she felt as if she had suddenly gone to another world. Now, she was enjoying all this that she heard someone screaming. When she opened her eyes, her dad was screaming. He had an axe in his hand, with which he was mercilessly killing this baby unicorn. Ridley also stopped him from doing this, but he did not stop. These people also decide to take the body of this baby unicorn with them, so that the evidence is also erased from here. Finally, now these people have reached Odell's house. After this, we are shown the meeting of Odell and Elliot, where Odell tells him that I have now accepted my death. And after me, I feel that only you can handle this company. While agreeing to his agreement, Elliot starts giving him a lot of business-related proposals. Before this, Odell signs these papers. He says to Elliot, "Not now. Now, I feel that I should spend a little more time with you and Ridley. I want to know you guys a little better." Upstairs, we are shown Ridley, who is very surprised. When she washed her face, all the acne on her face was completely gone, as if there had never been any acne on her face. And all this happened because of the blood of the unicorn that fell on her face. Ridley runs to her dad and tells him, "Dad, listen to me. Something is urgent. We have to go from here immediately." But Elliot refuses and says that we have to stay here for a while, because Odell wants to spend time with you and me. Now they were talking that suddenly, they started hearing the sound of someone screaming loudly. The sound coming from outside became even more terrible. Everyone ran outside and saw that something broke the window of Elliot's car and came out. All of them were surprised to see a unicorn. The security guard here is also scared and shoots this unicorn. Everyone was surprised. They were asking the same question. What is this? Ridley said that there is no such rocket science. It is clearly visible that this is a baby unicorn. Elliot also felt that it was not right to hide anything now. So he confessed in front of Odell that this unicorn was hit by my car. Ridley calls Elliot and tells him that the acne on my face also disappeared suddenly. Then Elliot also remembered that he was having a lot of dust allergy in the car. But after the unicorn's blood fell, he did not sneeze at all. Elliot also remembered that when he was showing the papers to Odell, he suddenly stopped seeing. And when he took off his glasses, he began to see properly. That is, his vision had also improved. At night, Elliot comes to meet Ridley, who was sitting worried. He asks Ridley, "When you held the unicorn's horn, did you see anything?" She tells him that I felt a strange connection with the unicorn, and now I feel that we have done so worse by giving the unicorn to Odell's family. I feel they are greedy. She tells him that we will get the unicorn released and leave from here. But Elliot refused her and warned her not to even think about it. The promotion will stop. Seeing his selfishness, Ridley angrily threw him out of the room and started looking at the pictures of her family. Behind her mother's picture, she sees a unicorn scenery and immediately starts searching for the history of unicorns. While reading the history, she found out that many hunters and kings tried to hunt unicorns, but none of them succeeded, except for a good-hearted girl. Through that girl, they finally killed the unicorn. After killing it, it was kept in a castle, after which it was made a royal slave. But after the French Revolution, the stories of unicorns began to change, and in these stories, unicorns were shown as monsters. After searching all this, she went to sleep, and she had nightmares of very scary jungles at night. Anyway, when she woke up in the morning, she and Elliot were taken for a test, because unicorn blood was on their bodies. The team of doctors and scientists wanted to see and what changes the unicorn's blood had made in their bodies. And Odell had opened a complete science lab at his house, where that unicorn was also being tested. After knowing a lot, Dr. Song, who was the biggest scientist, gives a presentation to all of them and tells how unique abilities the unicorn has. Its blood and horns have the power to heal anyone. Then Dr. Badia starts talking about the unique horns of the unicorn, which were releasing bioelectrical signals. But to confirm their words, they had to study a little more. Odell and his son both give them permission for this. After confirming that the unicorn's horn powder can heal any major disease, it is experimented on Odell for the first time. Because he has the last stage of cancer, he has to die anyway. So even if there is a side effect of the experiment, he has no objection. Now all this was happening when suddenly the other doctors found out that the bioelectrical signals of the unicorns had become even stronger. Here Elliot and Odell were sitting together. Odell had not yet felt any negative thing in his body. That is, he did not feel any pain. So he felt that he was going to be fine, for which he also thanked Elliot, because of him he was getting my life. He also calls Elliot his business partner, and Elliot is happy with this little thing. Here Odell's son notices that Ridley is still researching about unicorns. In a little while, we see that Odell came here. Along with everyone, Dr. Song was even surprised that how can a last-stage cancer be completely cured in a few hours? Odell's whole family and Elliot were also happy, but Ridley was looking uncomfortable. Odell now tells Dr. Song to prepare the unicorn. We will take it to our headquarters and test it more to find out what else can be done with it. Actually, Odell's company was a pharmaceutical company. But Dr. Song gives him a bad news here that these unicorn cells cannot be replicated. So Odell's wife said, so what? We will still advertise it. Because the less supply, the more demand, and the more profit. Here Ridley picked up the history of unicorns, was trying to talk to these people, but no one wanted to talk to her. Because everyone was busy advertising their new product. In happiness, these people also drink the blood of the unicorn. Ridley can't resist anymore, and she diverts their attention to her. And she tells them all that 1,000 years ago, unicorns were considered monsters. Because whenever anyone said anything bad to the unicorns, try to hunt them or kill them, something bad would definitely happen to them. She ends her speech and says, I just think that we should free this unicorn. But all of them start taunting her, start calling her wrong. And Odell looks at Elliot in anger, as if he is saying, to see what she is saying to her daughter. Ridley found out that these people have gone completely crazy in greed. She decides that I will not support them. She warns her dad too, but her dad does not agree to go with her. And in anger, she comes out of the house to go from here. She sees some strange lights in the sky. While here we see that a strange tunnel was built to safely take that unicorn to the headquarters. When Dr. Song and Badia were taking the unicorn out of this tunnel, their machines suddenly sensed that the bioelectrical signals coming out of the unicorn's horns had suddenly become stronger than a limit. Before they could do anything, the lights of the entire area were turned off, and all electronic devices were also turned off. Now, Odell sends Elliot to see what the problem is. As soon as he goes inside the tunnel to investigate, he sees that the tunnel has been blasted, and a big horn of Dr. Song's body has been stabbed in the tunnel. From a shadow inside the tunnel, Elliot can see that a very big unicorn is growling. To save everyone, the guards outside start shooting at them. Here in the car, the unicorns had also attacked Ridley. To save his daughter, Elliot runs to Ridley and manages to get her out of the car. Now the unicorn from which Elliot had saved Ridley was going to attack Elliot. To save her dad, Ridley tells her dad to run, and she herself starts distracting the unicorn. But when that unicorn gets close to Ridley, Ridley feels that the unicorn does not want to harm Ridley. And as soon as it gets close to Ridley, its unicorn horn also starts shining. Before Ridley could touch it, the guards also started shooting at the unicorn, because of which the unicorn had to run away from here. There was a lot of blood on the ground, which also made them know that the guards had injured those unicorns. Inside, we see that Odell's son was now scolding Ridley. Why didn't you tell me earlier that the parents of this baby unicorn can also come here to attack? Ridley said, I had told you and I wanted to tell you. But at least someone would have listened to me. Here Ridley confesses in front of everyone that she is feeling a special kind of attraction from the unicorn. Similarly, she felt a strange connection by touching the baby unicorn. And now, even when she comes close to his parents, she feels the same connection. Hearing this, Odell's wife says that maybe that's why the unicorn didn't attack her. Now Ridley explains to them that it's time for you to leave the baby unicorn. But here Odell was very clever. Odell says while twisting her words that we will not let an innocent person die in vain. We will also catch those injured unicorns. so we can take more and more benefit from them. Odell's son puts Dr. Badia in the conversation and steals the powder of the unicorn from him and goes alone and uses them like chemical substances. Here Ridley had gone out and sat in the car because she could not stay here anymore. She could not see so much cruelty. She looked at the sky. She saw the same lights again that she had seen before. And now she thought that she could not leave her dad like this. She looks at the lights again, and she sees something made in those lights. She quickly goes inside the house and joins all the paintings of the unicorn she had taken out and interlinks them. And she finds out that the unicorn has the ability to heal itself. The unicorns that Odell and Elliot thought were injured and went to hunt them could also harm them. Elliot was in danger. Ridley immediately informs him. On the other side, we see that Elliot's phone started ringing, and he realized the danger. In the meantime, he saw a bright unicorn coming towards him. Before he could say anything to anyone, the unicorn suddenly attacks one of his guards. Odell and Elliot quickly ran to the back of the house, while the unicorn was chasing them, killing a lot of guards from behind. Now Odell comes forward and tries to get control over the unicorn. But the unicorn takes his life by stabbing its horn in his body. These people quickly come inside the house and close all the doors of the house. Elliot tells no one to leave the house. Now, these people were going to inform the police, but the unicorns cut off their connection from the outside. They cut off the power supply here. How do these people go out? The electric gate was also closed. Odell's wife suggests that someone will have to take the responsibility of saving everyone. Someone will have to distract the unicorns and open the gate. Odell's wife gives this task to Elliot and Dr. Badia. Both were shocked, but now that they had received the order from their boss, they had to do it. After putting the baby unicorn's horn in a safe case, Dr. Badia, being sad, tells Elliot that we should not think about anyone's well-being. We should first think about ourselves. Odell and people like him are very selfish. They only care about their own benefits and themselves, not us. She tells him that you should not have depended on them. These people now take the unicorn outside, so that the unicorn can meet its parents. On the other hand, they had also opened the door outside. Belinda, Odell's wife, comes out quickly and tries to run away from here. Then she remembers that her son was left inside. He was still enjoying the powder of the unicorn like a substance, because now he was addicted to it like a substance. When the unicorns see that their son's horn is missing, they kill Dr. Badia in anger. We see that Elliot came home to pick up his daughter Ridley, and Odell's wife to bring her son. Meanwhile, the boy came downstairs, who had just come after seeing Ridley's printed pictures of unicorn stories. He tells them that Ridley's idea was nonsense to leave the baby unicorn, although Ridley could have controlled them herself, because in these pictures it was clear that when the big hunter's in front of the unicorns, then a beautiful unmarried girl came and controlled them. He now orders the unicorn to hold through Ridley, and he also snatches the unicorn's horn from Elliot's hand, which he was going to return to the unicorns outside. Elliot was now regretting his greed. Why would he put his daughter in danger? That's why he resigned from his company. During their conversation, the unicorns came in, howling and breaking the door from the outside. Elliot and Ridley quickly went and hid in a locked room, while these two were still outside. His mother says, "You give this horn to the unicorns." But he refuses to do this because of his addiction to the chemical substance. She snatches the container from his hand, but there was no horn in it. Actually, Elliot had already taken out the horn. Ridley is very surprised to see the horn in Elliot's hand, and Elliot says that I stole it to save you. You go run away from here. I will take care of everything else here. She didn't want to leave her dad, but her dad said you go. In the same way, my promise to your mom will be fulfilled. I had promised her that I will always take care of you. Ridley went out listening to him, where the unicorns were roaming. The unicorns came close to her. But when they came close, the unicorns didn't say anything to her. Ridley sat on its lap and started crying, seeing the unicorns sitting comfortably like this. Shepard, the boy, has again greed in his heart, and he starts tying the feet of the black unicorn lying on Ridley's lap, so that he can catch him before he does anything wrong with the unicorns. Elliot comes here. He stabs the horn of the unicorn in his hand into Shepard's body. He kills him and ends his greed here, in so much pain and suffering. Shepard injured Elliot with the arrow in his hand. In the passion of pain, Elliot also picked up Shepard and threw him away, and both of them fell. Ridley quickly comes to her dad and sees that her dad was taking his last breath. Elliot dies and Ridley starts crying. When she cries, both the unicorns join their horns and do an amazing magic here, with which they put Elliot's body back to life. They bring him back to life. Ridley was very happy to see her dad alive again. They hug each other in their passion. And in the meantime, the police also reach here, who thought that all the people who died here. Behind them are only Ridley and Elliot. That's why they caught both of them. Although Elliot and Ridley tried to tell them the whole story. But who was ready to listen to such a filmy story? But then the unicorns come running and give them signals. They cannot leave Ridley in such trouble, showing the unicorns their way. This movie ends here.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.